You're right, guys, it's Capgun Tom here, and welcome to another one of my most expensive squad builders. Today we are going to be teasing ourselves by building the most expensive PSG team. Yes, it is the team that we are aiming to end up with in Path to Paris. It may change somewhat before we actually finish the series of Path to Paris, because obviously more informs might come out, etc, etc, team of the season. But we're going to look at the most expensive PSG team as of this moment. Now, if you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, because you might need to if you want to build this squad, you need to go and check out FETcoinking.com. Their link will be down in the description. A fast, cheap and reliable coin service. Use code CAP5 at checkout for a discount. So our first player today is going to be the goalkeeper. He is the cheapest. We're going to work from the cheapest and go to the most expensive. And in net we have Sirigu. Obviously, he hasn't had an inform. If he had, he would have the most expensive title there. The other goalkeepers don't really get a chance, so Sirigu is still the most expensive goalkeeper that you can get for PSG. Next up in the right mid position, we have got Lucas. Now, Lucas comes in at around about the 3,000 coin mark. Very good. I think he's probably one of the better right midfielders in the game, actually. So if you haven't tried him out, please do try him. And you've seen him you've seen me use him plenty of times in Path to Paris. Very good cross on him. Okay, next up, the striker, and we're going to be going with Cavani. There you go, 87 rated. He has only about 4,000 coins now. I think that people generally don't like him all that much because he has high work rates, which means he's never really in the right place at the right time. But if you can work the play and bring him forward yourself, then you can actually get him into some good scoring positions. And I did score quite a few goals with him while I was filming with this team. Okay, next up is the right back, and at right back we're going to be going with a silver player, and it's Van der Wiel. Now, he comes in at around about the 12k mark. I have no idea why. I think it's purely because he's one of the best Dutch right backs on the game, but generally he is awful. I really do not appreciate playing with him. He's just terrible, and that's why I use Yale in the Path to Paris series over him. Okay, the next player to get into this team is actually an inform, and is going to be inform Verratti. You can see there he goes into the squad and he costs around 20,000 coins. I wouldn't recommend you use him though. He has a bit of a mind of his own. He goes walkabout. He isn't very good at passing, attacking, defending. Just generally not a very good player on this game, but you know, because he has an inform, that does make him one of the more expensive players in the PSG lineup, and therefore we have to use him. So there you go, he goes into the squad as well. Okay, next up we are going to be moving into the centre back position, and the first one we're going to be putting in is going to be Marquinhos. Now, I like Marquinhos. I like him a hell of a lot more than I like the inform Alex. Inform Alex is actually cheaper than inform Marquinhos, but Marquinhos is abysmal at heading. That's the only thing. He's really bad in the air, and it does cost you some goals, which is kind of frustrating because that's not what you want from your centre back. But you know, I hadn't really got all that much choice. You see me use him every week in Path to Paris. I've sort of come to realise sort of his weaknesses, and I try to play a game style that doesn't allow him to get into the positions where he might get scored on. So yeah, if you can find a way to keep Marquinhos away from having to do headers, then you may find a way of using him successfully. Okay, next up we are going to be going back into the midfield. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to go to left back, and at left back we're going to be using Inform Maxwell. Now, there was a choice of two players, Inform Digne or Inform Maxwell. Inform Maxwell is more expensive, therefore he goes into the team, and yeah, he's alright. I mean, he lacks pace, but his passing is very good, his defending is very good, so you know, you've got a good player. He reminds me a lot of Leighton Baines, actually, coming forwards and whipping some good balls into the box, as well as being able to do the defensive shift at the back. Okay, next up we are going to be going into the midfield, and at centre defensive mid we're going to be using the second inform Matuidi. So there he goes into the team with 80 pace, 81 passing, 85 defending and 81 heading. You know, he's actually a really strong player. I'd recommend you use him. You just have to get used to the fact that he has high work rates, which means he does get forward, he does come back. But for me in this squad it was perfect because I did actually need him to go forwards to sort of support the attack, because there was a big hole. You know, using the 4-4-2 formation does leave you a little bit of, well, you just don't have all that many people coming forward. So to have him bombing from the back really was quite nice to see. Okay, next up we're going to go into the defence, and at centre back we are going to be using the team of the year, Thiago Silva. Absolutely phenomenal card. 95 defending, 91 heading and 87 pace. I mean, what more could you want? He's got 81 passing and 79 dribbling. Really strong card. Comes in at around about 400k, and yeah, I have no complaints about that card whatsoever. I think he's actually a very strong one. Okay, at left mid we're going to be using the second inform, Lavezzi. He comes in between 500 and 600,000 coins, so a strong card there. Really nice to play with. Got forward, you know, scored some goals. Only thing I didn't really like about him was that he wasn't, he's not all that strong, which is always going to be a problem with the Lavezzi because he's quite small. But other than that, he was very good, and he did score a couple of goals for me as well from that left mid position, which was good to see because, as I said, not all that much coming forward from the midfield, and to have people supporting the attack is very, very important. Now, you can all know, or you can all guess who the final player in this team is. He comes in at a whopping 4.5 million coins, and it is going to be Ibrahimovic. There he goes into the team of the year version, 98 shooting on that card, 82 pace, 94 dribbling, 5-star skills, 88 passing, 87 heading. He's just an absolute monster. He didn't score as many goals for me as I was expecting in this sort of like filming segment, but he did score a couple, and he did create a couple of plays. He was the main focal point in this team, as you would probably expect, and this team does come in at around about 5.6 million coins, so it's very expensive. As I said, if you want coins, go check out futcoinking.com. There you go, guys. That's the end of the team builder or the squad builder. Hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like button if you have. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Put some suggestions for the next team you want to see in the comments section. But other than that, I'm going to have to leave it there. Enjoy the goals, and I will see you all next time.
On again, it's on again. If we lose, we die 'cause we're born to win. Wouldn't say I've always felt this good, but I can't remember how long it's been since I have it. Once you have it, go and grab it. Never let it go. Do it right because you like it. And tonight, baby, you never know. It's hard to see what's missing when you're looking from this position, because everything looks different when you love the life you're living. And with all this recognition, I don't know how I should feel. That's why I love it when we fail, because at least we know it's real. The game and the fame are the same in the way that my brain wants nothing but it. So it's strange and contained to the same to explain when they ask me why I love it. It's safe to say we pay